Hello guys and welcome to another video. This one is going to be a bit different because I'm not going to focus on a single skin, or maybe I will just for demonstrations purpose, but I just want to give you an insight in what I usually do when I'm trying to buy a skin or get familiar with a skin, and purchase one or several of them. So what I usually do, I always start up in on this platform called the cs2 skins.gg, where it's almost like a database where you can find most of the skins. So this skin that I'm going to use as an example today is going to be the M4 Black Lotus, just for demonstration. So what I usually start with, let's say I've seen a guy using this skin and I'm really interested in buying one. So the first thing I do, I come in here, I find the skin, and I scroll down to inspection part of it. You can see this skin doesn't have an extra part up here that says pattern, which means this skin doesn't come in different patterns. So this flower, for instance, doesn't shift over here, or the color doesn't shift based on the which pattern seed you have. So it's gonna always look like this. The only difference on this skin is going to be the wear on it. And when I usually want to buy, let's say, this skin, I always look at where the factory new or minimal wear, or which condition I'm looking for, how the wear does appear on the weapon. So let me just demonstrate it here. So you can see if I try to slide this one, you can see the color does shift on the skin. So this skin is shifting in color and becoming grainy almost, as you can see here. Maybe I can also just show it in game. Let's say a factory new version of it costs this. Let's just check it in game. That is how it would look in factory new. And you can see it here as well. But if we just go to battles card and try to find one in high float, let's take this one for instance. You can see it looks a bit different. The good about this gun is it doesn't look like it get any scratches on different parts. Yeah, it looks more used and it shifts in color, as you can see, but it doesn't get anywhere. So that's how I identify how the skin actually works. So many people prefer actually this battle scarred version because it looks a bit different. But for me, let's just say for this video, I'm interested in a factory new one. So since there is no wear on it, I'm just going to, yeah, not really care about it, because as you can see, if I want a factory new version, if I just shift between 0.6 to 0.0, which the skin comes in, it doesn't make any big difference. I mean, the only differences I could identify is this part and over here this part. So you can see if I shift a bit, those areas shift a bit in color. Yeah. Also over here you can see if you go lower than factory new, it will start to shift the color, especially in that area. Anyway, so that is usually what I do. So if there was patterns on this skin, it would definitely look different. Just for an example, I will also showcase another one which has patterns. But just to close this one off, so now I've discovered how this skin works, how this systematic wear on this skin gets applied to the weapon. And for my situation, I would say if I'm just looking to buy a factory new one, the float doesn't matter that much on this skin. So I would just go for the lowest price and factory new. There we go. You can see the lowest price is around 14 euros. And usually before I buy a skin, I also look at Steam just to check how the prices are on Steam, because some stuff actually it's better to buy it on Steam, because if the price is identical between Steam and third-party website, I usually go for Steam, because how the money on the Steam works, because you can always buy stuff on third-party website and sell it for more, so your Steam balance is actually 30% more usually, which I will explain in another video. Some people call it boosting your Steam balance, but it's just like finding different prices on Steam and third-party website and sell it over here, which I usually do. So you can, for instance, see here this one, the FAMAS, which I'm trying to sell for 28.95 euros. I think I got it for, I don't know, maybe 18 or 17 euros on third-party website. So I can sell it for way more here. And even though I have to pay 15% in taxes for Steam Market, it's still worth it, because instead of adding funds, I can get more with the same money, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I usually do when I'm trying to purchase a skin. So we just saw that this skin cost around 20 euro in here and 15 euro in here, and I would say, yeah, it's a close one, but I think I'm just going to purchase it in here if I wanted to buy this skin. And before in this video, I just want to show off what would happen if this skin had patterns. I know that this skin has patterns, for instance. So if we take this gun and put it over here, you can see I can check what it costs on different platforms, and you can see here, besides wear, there's also a pattern on this. So for this skin, you can see it only comes in factory new or minimal wear. You can't get it in well worn or battle scarred. So you can see what will happen to the skin if it's minimal wear compared to if it's factory new. It will get some scratches over here, and also the back end of the gun, and also down here on the magazine. You can see here and here. So I think this one is really important to get in low float, so you don't have these scratches. Besides that, I will always check a pattern for the skins I'm trying to buy to look how different it looks. And if I have time for it, and if it's a skin that I don't really know and I'm not familiar with the pattern, usually I go through all the patterns just to see which one I like, and I just have a notebook, text file on my desktop, which I write down the pattern sheet here, which I'm interested in. Sometimes I also look online for other guides just to see what the people prefer, as an inspiration to see what I like. So let's just say I'm interested in this pattern. Then I would just hunt this pattern in here. What was it? 54. I would just go here and type 54. There's no one on sale currently with this pattern sheet, but then I would buy or create a buy order for it. And the same could be said for Steam, right? You can see you can also find it in here, and with the new Steam layout, you can also type in the pattern. If you're looking for a specific pattern, you can always type it in here and find it on Steam just to see how much it goes for. I don't know if you can buy. Yeah, you can't really put pattern sheet on Steam. It looks like if I was to buy this one in a particular pattern sheet, I can really do that on Steam, which is unfortunate. I hope they add this, but since the new Steam layout is a beta, they probably will at some point. Yeah, so anyways, that is usually how I try to learn a skin before I buy one. You could also always see it in 3D in here, I guess. I never used this feature, but you could just go in here and look on different areas if you want to get familiar with the patterns for this skin, right? So pretty cool. But that is just the way I usually try to get familiar with one skin before I purchase it. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.